Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram jaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatir uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 30th, entitled Description of Adverse Fruitive Activities. Text number 14. Tatrapyajata nirvedo Tatrapyajata nirvedo Bhriyamana swayam bhritaihi Bhriyamana swayam bhritaihi Jarayopata vairupyo Jarayopata vairupyo Maranabhimukho grihe Maranabhimukho grihe Tatrapyajata nirvedo Bhriyamana swayam bhritaihi Jarayopata vairupyo Maranabhimukho grihe Tatrapyajata nirvedo Bhriyamana swayam bhritaihi Jarayopata vairupyo Maranabhimukho grihe Mataji's. word by word translation. Tatra, there. Api, although. Ajata, not arising. Nirvedaha, aversion. Bhriyamanaha, being maintained. Swayam, by himself. Bhrataihi, by those who were maintained. Jaraya, by old age. Upata, obtained. Vairupyaha, deformation. Marana, death. Abhimukhaha, approaching. Grihe, at home. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The foolish family man does not become averse to family life, although he is maintained by those whom he once maintained. Deformed by the influence of old age, he prepares himself to meet ultimate death. Purport. Family attraction is so strong that even if one is neglected by family members in his old age, he cannot give up family affection and he remains at home just like a dog, little strong. In the Vedic way of life, one has to give up family life when he is strong enough. It is advised that before getting too weak and being baffled in material activities and before becoming diseased, one should give up family life and engage oneself completely in the service of the Lord for the remaining days of his life. It is enjoined, therefore, in the Vedic scriptures that as soon as one passes 50 years of age, he must give up family life and live alone in the forest. After preparing himself fully, he should become a sannyasi to distribute the knowledge of spiritual life to each and every home. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuthapadakkamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvita Nama Om Vishnuvadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tina Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachare Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare He Krishna Karuna Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Radha Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavani Vrishabhanusute Pranamami Haripi Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavan Vaishnavebhyo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna. So we are very fortunate to have this grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu. So Prabhuji is originally from Bangalore. So he was staying in Bangalore, and Prabhuji on Vyaspuja day, Saturday Prabhuji was telling that how he decided to join in movements. In very less time, Prabhuji decided to dedicate his life to Krishna consciousness, and then Prabhuji joined under Radha Swami Maharaj in Chapati, and Prabhuji's senior disciple is Radha Swami Maharaj. And Prabhuji's famous lectures, Journey of Self-Discovery, 7-day course, what Premnandi Prabhu took. So originally spoken by Maharaj and then taken by Radha Gopinath Prabhu, and this very, very famous course, Journey of Self-Discovery course. Prabhuji is one of the temple presidents of ISKCON Chapati, and Radha Shampoo says, he's like one of my Siksha Gurus. I derive so much inspiration. So when I used to go to Kolhapur, so Prabhuji said, Radha Shampoo said that please make sure that you go when Prabhuji is coming and take his full association. And I yearn to take association of this place, Radha Gopinath Prabhu. And Prabhuji travels far wide to Russia, to many, many countries all over the world to give his association. And the most inspiring thing which we feel in Prabhuji, how to practice the teachings of Maharaj in a very humorous way. So Prabhuji is very, very senior devotee, but very approachable to everybody, very humble, and at the same time so much approachable, and anybody falls in love just being with Prabhuji. And many, and Prabhuji is a congregation development in charge in Chapati. Prabhuji is a congregation development in Kolhapur. There are more than 500,000 devotees cultivated by his grace. So we are new to Bangalore, but Prabhuji is very old. Prabhuji had been coming to the temple even when there was one temple. So Prabhuji had been coming from last 20-30 years to Bangalore. So many Bangalore leaders very much admire Prabhuji. And Kashyap was telling that Prabhuji used to stay sometime in my home also. So there, but of course we request Prabhuji to give us more and more association. So we are so fortunate to have his association and learn from it. So let us welcome Prabhuji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Nam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Tatrapi jata nirvedo Bhrimana swayam bhritaihi Jarayo patta vairupyo Marana bhimukho grihe. The foolish family man does not become averse to family life, although he is maintained by those whom he once maintained. Deformed by the influence of old age, he prepares himself to meet ultimate death. Hare Krishna. I am extremely grateful for the opportunity to speak a few words and do some seva to the wonderful devotees under the leadership of Grace Anukulya Keshav Prabhu, Krishna Prabhu. He sent me a message and requested, and I was waiting basically. How could I not come here and have darshan of their lordships and serve the devotees, having come to Bengaluru. So, we are reading today from this third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Lord Kapila is describing the description of adverse fruitive activities. Fruitive activity, this is not there in the dictionary at all. This is, created by our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Fruitive activity. That means you're working, you're doing something, you're doing some activity, but your whole focus is on the fruit, not on the activity, or not for whom it is being done. It's only on the fruit. What's in it for me? WIIFM. What's in it for me? And that too adverse. The story of Kalidas. He was sitting on a branch, on the branch and cutting at the root of the branch, which is connected to the trunk. So somebody saw him and said, "Hey, what are you doing? If you cut, you will fall." But he didn't see that. That is adverse. In Hindi it says, "Apne pair pe kulhadi marna." Without, and that is considered foolish actually. But it's interesting. Even though somebody, intelligent person, may see it as very foolish, trying to create a permanent situation and giving one's life's energy, time, effort, resources, knowing fully well that you're cutting the branch which is going to, sitting on a branch and cutting which is going to be collapsing. But then, if we speak like that in the Bhagavatam class, people are offended. They say, "How can you say they are foolish? They're so intelligent." Test their IQ. It's sometimes, many times, better than devotees. So, how do we understand it? So, Bhagavad Gita defines there are two types of people. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mane. What is night for a self-realized person is day for a conditioned soul. And what is night for a conditioned soul is day for the self-realized soul. Srila Prabhupada, in that purport, brilliantly makes a statement. There are two types of intelligent people. Doesn't say foolish. He said there are two types of intelligent people. One is materially intelligent and another one is spiritually intelligent. So this is the difference. Buddhir buddhimatamasmi. Krishna has given intelligence to everyone. All human beings have much more intelligence than any of the animals. All this creation couldn't be possible with dull-headed, retarded people. Look at the world. Impossible to create what is seen here by dull people, foolish people. No, intelligent. Tremendous intelligence. But Maya apahrita jnana. Because namam dushkritino mudha prapadyanti. Namam prapadyanti. So they are materially intelligent. So intelligent people they are always busy. They're very busy. Sign of intelligence is they are really busy. That means they are active. Their body is active. They don't leave they understand the value of time. Number two, they are also absorbed. Mind is absorbed. I call it the triple A formula. The body is active for an intelligent person. The mind is absorbed and the intelligence is alert to the passage of time, to the goal to be achieved, to the distance to be traveled, to the things to be acquired, to the jobs to be completed, tasks to be completed. That's intelligence. But Shukadeva Goswami tells about the content of both. In 3 verses, right at the beginning of his pravachan in the Srimad Bhagavatam, begins with the activities, the absorption and the alertness of materialistic people. And who is a materialistic person? Who thinks matter is all in all, nothing else matters. Matter means this body. What you can see, feel, smell, touch and experience through your senses. That's matter. So what is a materialistic person? We say material consciousness. That means they see only matter. Because they can't perceive the soul, the spirit, they don't consider that at all. So matter is all in all. And materialistic, intelligent people, materially intelligent and spiritually intelligent, both are active, both are absorbed, and both are alert to the passage of time and to the goal to be achieved. And one thing is common amongst both. Both want to become happy. Both want to be happy. But because material intelligent people are absorbed in matter, they want to squeeze as much happiness as possible within the time, given time, with the energy that is at their disposal. So what is their activity? Nidraya hriyate nattam vyavayena cha vavayah divacharthe haya rajan kutumba bharanena va. Nidraya, their whole night is spent either sleeping or in sense enjoyment, and the whole day in trying to maintain their kingdom, little kingdom. Divacha arthe ihaya, to earn some money, because that's the currency for happiness to a materialistic consciousness, person with that material consciousness. Because when money talks, everyone walks. Things happen. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana, Shakti, Rekha. So like that, for all your creation, destruction, maintenance, there is one Shakti for a materialist person. That is Shakti Rekha. That is Arthe. So Divacha Arthe Ihaya Rajan Kutumba Bharanenava. Busy, 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 running. So much. I don't think any of a sadhaka devotee is as busy as any of the people out there who are. It's amazing how energetic and so enthusiastic they are. And what about absorption? Shrotavyadini Rajendra Nranam Santi Sahasrashaha. To listen, there are so many subject matters that they are absorbed in. So many subject matters. Pick up the newspapers. Whew, thick, huge ones. And every day they keep churning out. So many magazines. So many types of topics. And with passage of time, more and more number of topics are being created. More and more number of courses are being created. Earlier in my time, there was only science, commerce, art. Now, even within that there are hundreds of branches. So, they are absorbed. And then the intelligence is alert. Deha apatya kalatradishu atmasainyeshu asatsu api tesham pramatto nidhanam pashyannapi na pashyati. They are seeing that all those ahead of me, where are all those powerful personalities who are practically controlling the whole world? Where are they gone? Pashyannapi na pashyati. Why? They are alert to how to squeeze out happiness, and therefore they don't see. Just like it's like a goat eating grass in front of a slaughterhouse. Even though it is seeing the next goat was slaughtered, the next one was slaughtered, and it's in the queue. But it's just absorbed, alert to take full advantage of the remaining time to eat as much grass as possible. Very graphic. So, yes, both are active, both are absorbed, both are alert. Shukadeva Goswami was active, internally active. He was absorbed internally. And he was fully alert. In fact, he didn't want to come out of his mother's womb. Because he said, within the womb, I'm more eager. I actually understand what is the misery of this world and I want to get out. Until Krishna had to come and convince, along with Vyasdev, for him to come out. And even when he came out, he just left. So, where are we? Not asking you to raise your hand. We have to take a call. Where are we? There are absolutely focused material consciousness people who are fully absorbed in matter, and there are people like Shukadeva Goswami or the four Kumaras or Jada Bharat who externally appear to be so dull, foolish, and they are fully active, absorbed and alert. That's why Gita uses this word. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyatu. There will always be these two kinds of people. The numbers will vary, of course. The former are many, latter may be very few. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschidyate siddhe. Very rare. So, where are we? We are somewhere in between. As sadhakas, having connected with the knowledge in parampara, we are in between in the sense that internally we know all of these things. we are to some extent or other convinced we are not the body, we are the soul. We are convinced that this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. There isn't much substance in this world. We are convinced, more or less. Depends upon how long we are hanging around. Simply if you hang around for some time, you become a senior devotee. No? As Prabhuji was saying, is there around for 35 years. Hari Bol, Prabhuji, Hari Bol. But do you have really experience of 35 years or 1 year into 35? Same thing you are doing, bas. The beads are getting smoothened, not the heart. So, we are in between, where internally we are convinced, but externally the conditioning is so strong, so deep. In Marathi they say, kalat hai pan valat nahi ho. I know everything, I understand everything, but it's not possible for me. So that's our situation as in-between person. Therefore the question is, as sadhakas, as beginners in the process of devotional service, bhakti, how are we to kind of organize our lives? Because every day we read this, and especially these, some sections are really strong. And in the past I have spoken so strongly. All fools and rascals, repeating Prabhupada as it is. But trying to repeat these words is like a nursery child trying to speak Vidura's words to Dhritarashtra. Vidura spoke similar thing to Dhritarashtra. You're living like a dog. People whom you try to kill, you're being maintained by them. Aren't you ashamed? He literally had to use his words as a sword to cut the deep-rooted attachment and conditioning of the blind Dhritarashtra. So in one sense, we are all like mini Dhritarashtras. Blind in spite of 20 by 20 vision. Pashyannapi na pashyati. We are seeing but not seeing. And so therefore, the great acharyas come to our rescue. Chakshudan diloje, chakshurunmilitam yena. They open our eyes to the reality of life, to the reality of this world, to the reality of spirit, spiritual world, spirit soul, spiritual life, at least internally convinced to some extent or the other. Now comes the main question, how do we move from here? How do we go from here? Generally the problem in our society or in any spiritual society, what to speak of us, where Lord Chaitanya has appeared and given anarpita charinchirat karunaya samarpaitum unnata ujjvala rasam sabhakti shriyam. Unnata ujjvala rasam, highest thing has been given. What is that? To live in Vrindavan. I was in Radha Kund the other day. I came straight from Vrindavan to Bangalore. So we were there and we were seeing so many people having been convinced in Upadeshamrit that the highest is Radha Kund. Directly we want to go and settle there only. Anyway, I wanted a flat. Why not buy near Radha Kund? because you are convinced that's the highest place. Or just in Vrindavan at least. So, intellectually we are convinced that that's the place. But are we ready for it? Do we have the adhikar? Do we have the qualification for it? And therefore, we jump like a monkey. And during Prabhupada's time, a group formed a club called the Gopi Bhav Club. They were discussing Gopi's internal, the intimate leelas of Krishna. Prabhupada called them and he chastised them and he told them, you're like monkeys. You're trying to jump. So, what do we have to do? Through Raghunath Das Goswami, Lord Chaitanya instructed all of us. Of course, Raghunath Das Goswami is an eternal associate of the Lord, we understand. But Krishna uses them to actually teach all of us. So Lord Chaitanya specifically came for our day and age, Kali Yuga. So when Raghunath was trying to run away from home, they would catch him and bring him. And when Raghunath was first brought before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya said, Markata Vairagya na koro loka dikhaiya. Don't do this monkey renunciation. The monkeys don't wear any clothes. They live under different tree, not every day, every hour. They eat only nuts and fruits, whatever is available. But as soon as they see a she-monkey, they jump. So, Markata Vairagya na karo, loka dikhaiya. You won't find Sahajiyas in South Indian temples. Srirangam or Kanchipuram. There is awe and reverence to the Lord. You will only find them in Vrindavan. And all these Apasampradayas, Aul, Baul, Karta, Bhaja, Gaurang, Nagari, Saki, Bheki, Chudadhari, Neda, Sai. 13 Apasampradayas were detected by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Why? Because we are given too high stuff. And just because we know it intellectually, we think we are there. So therefore Lord Chaitanya said, Markata Vairagya na karo loka dikhaiya. Then what should you do? Yatha yogya vishaya bhunja anasakta hoya. The senses are meant to be gratified. The senses should be satisfied, but not unnecessarily gratified. What is the difference between sense satisfaction and sense gratification? Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains so beautifully. 3 criteria. The test between, am I gratifying my senses or am I satisfied? Senses are meant to be satisfied. To the extent the objects of senses are accepted, only those which are favorable, as much as necessary, and even that should be accepted as mercy of the Lord. Then it is not sense gratification, it is sense satisfaction. That's okay. Sense gratification is not bad. Unfavorable, unnecessary, and without connection with Krishna, then it becomes entangling and unfavorable to us. So, yatha yogya vishay bhunjo. ठीक है, do it. Anasakta hoya, but internally be detached. Don't renounce, but be detached. There's a difference between renunciation, tyaga, and vairagya. So, detached meaning, if it's there today, okay, if it's not there, it's all right. But I'm not completely dependent on that. So then he gives the sutra. Antare nishtha karo, bahye loka vyavahar, achirat Krishna tumay koribe uddhar. Antare nishtha karo, heart of heart, aspire to be in that position someday or the other. Kabe hobe bolo sei din amar. When will that day be? Gauranga bolite hobe pulaka sharir, hari hari bolite nayane vabe neer. That should be the aspiration. Nayanam galadashudharaya, vadanam gadgadaruddhaya gira, pulakaya nichitam tavanam grahane bhavishyati. When will that day be, my Lord? So internally aspire, but externally be grounded. Head in the clouds, but feet on the ground. Be realistic. Be practical. At the same time, the ideal shouldn't be compromised. That should be our aspiration. And this is exactly what Yukta Vairagya is all about, that Rupa Goswami talks. Anasaktasya vishayan yatha arham upayunjatah nirbandha Krishna sambandhe Yukta Vairagya muchyate. Such an amazing formula for sadhakas like us. To not artificially act on a platform that we can't sustain in the long run. And at the same time, in the name of justifying, no, it is not practical, it's not practical. Nothing seems practical to a materialistic person. Even 16 rounds doesn't seem practical. Burijan Prabhu made one nice statement one time. He was telling, the path of bhakti is very narrow. Sometimes, sometimes we say, I want to now become a pure devotee. So we become a little extra spiritual. And then like a pendulum, and they say, hey Baba, it's too much. Okay, relax. Once you do 64 rounds, and then for 64 days, no rounds. This is too much, then you go like this. One devotee came to me, he said, Prabhuji, time pass ho raha hai, time pass ho raha hai. Like, kya ho raha hai? Kuch bhakti theek se nahi ho raha hai. Acha, what will you do? Prabhuji, tomorrow onwards, I will do 16 rounds. I will, at home, because temple is a little far away. I will do Mangal Arti, I will do Narsingh Arti, I will do Tulsi Puja, I will do Shikshashtakam prayers, I will do 16 rounds. After that, I will do Brahma Samhita. After I will do Arti, after I will do Abhoga, then I'll go. So, yeah, it will be possible at your home. Yeah, Prabhuji. Phir जीवन है क्या फिर? Time pass. All the best. So after some time he came back. Prabhuji, आपसे बातचीत करना है. बोला yes. बोला Prabhuji, I'll be thrown out of my job. I just want to tell you, my boss told me, because what he was dictating and I was sleeping. He caught me sleeping 3-4 times on the job. And why? सोता कब है? सोता तो मैं 11-12 हो जाता है. उठता कब है? 2:30 बजे. Because पूरा शेड्यूल बना के रखा है ना प्रभु जी. So प्रभु जी, please give me permission. Only dhoop and deep. That's all. Just to show Krishna. After some time he came back. Prabhu ji, life is getting wasted. Only dhoop deep. I want to do Naivedya Arti also. 16 hours. So that's a tendency. Sometimes we go like that. Sometimes we go like this. Sometimes we go over like that. Sometimes we go completely relaxed. Some bhoga or say bhoga and tyaga, as Rupa Goswami explains. So Bhurijan Prabhu said, so sometimes we go left, sometimes we go right. Sometimes we go left, sometimes we go right. In this way we will be left, and that is not right. So therefore our acharyas have very expertly, Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunau Sadharma Samsthapakau. They are so merciful. They understand our situation as sadhakas. Yes, there is some sincerity. There is some genuine desire to become Krishna conscious, but lifetimes of conditioning. And therefore, how to, in a sustainable, in a very balanced way, yukta ahara viharasya, yukta karmasya cheshtasa, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. Na ati ashnatastu yogosti, na chaikantam anashnata, na cha ati swapnashilasya jagrato neva. Give up ati and accept yukta. This is a mature, balanced, sustainable way to progress in bhakti. That was told by Lord Chaitanya to Raghunath Das Goswami. Antare nishtha karo. Internally aspire and hanker for that, nothing short of that goal. But externally, bahya loka vyavahar. Pound, pelling and pounds, shilling and pence man. So, also Lord Chaitanya told this another devotee, same, when he was in the South India Yatra and went to Kurma Brahman at Kurma Kshetra. He also fired up. Imagine Chaitanya coming to your home. Imagine Lord Chaitanya, seeing Lord Chaitanya. He stayed in Kurma Brahman's house for a whole night. He fed him, he washed his feet and he prakshalan and he said, that's it, my life has become perfect. Anyone who saw Lord Chaitanya, especially when Lord Chaitanya was in, left Jagannath Puri and went to, on South India Yatra, first he went to that place where he was, Alalnath. The way he was dancing, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda saw. He said, everywhere, the whole world, wherever Lord Chaitanya travels, the holy name will be spread. Because he understood, now his empowered way is going now. Whomever he will touch, whomever he will see, whoever sees him will get surcharged. And whomever he sees and touches will get surcharged. Fully charged up Lord Chaitanya left for, especially he manifested, he's always there, but he manifested. He would see someone and embrace. So imagine in that mood, Kurma Brahman also received the mercy. And next day, as Lord Chaitanya, he would stay one night and early morning he would leave. So as soon as he was leaving, he just followed. He said, nothing, I'm not coming with you. That's it. He said, hey, don't do like that. Hey, I can't tolerate the misery of material existence. I'm going to come along with you. So Lord Chaitanya said, no. He gave him instruction. He said, stay at home, no problem. But, as Prabhupada writes here in this purport, to distribute the knowledge of spiritual life to each and every home. This is real sannyas. Sannyas, anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriya. Pejawar Swami, the senior one, was once telling that what some of the devotees of Srila Prabhupada have done, even simple grahasthas, many sannyasis are not able to do. That's Lord Chaitanya's movement, speciality. We see, Grihe Thako, Vane Thako, Sada Hari Bole Thako. So Lord Chaitanya told that sincere, intensely desiring the grahastha, said, nahin, you stay at home, jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh, amara agya guru hoya taroi desh. And then if you do this, what will happen? Kobuna badhive tomar vishaya taranga, punarapi eichai pabe mora sanga. If you are in this consciousness, it doesn't matter where you are. Sthane sthita shutigatam tanuang manobhir ye prayasho ajita jitopi. you'll be able to conquer. The Lord will be conquered by your devotion. This is the essence of Krishna consciousness. To be conscious of Krishna, wherever we are, wherever Krishna has put us in. At the heart, aspiring for that highest, but while dealing in a very practical way in this world. So, how wonderful that Srila Prabhupada has created embassies of spiritual world within every town and village practically today. Taking Lord Chaitanya's prediction and literally, manifesting it in a very, very realistic way. Prithivite ache jato nagaradigram. That is a fact. We need to only take advantage. First of all, we have to create such an atmosphere in each of his temples. And then we have to truly make such places what it should be. It's like a desert. Samsara dhavanala leeda loka. And truly the places where Srila Prabhupada's instructions are sincerely followed become an oasis. In the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the prayers, the residents of Jambu Dvipa are praying to the Lord. And they are telling where they want to reside. One time in Kolhapur, I asked a program was there. A lot of newcomers and others were also, devotees were also there. I said, please tell me, and I want you to also think about it for 10 seconds. So this is a question. If you're relaxing till now or taking a nap, please wake up. A question for you. Suppose you want to choose a place of residence. You have to buy a house. Or in selecting a place of residence. What are the important considerations? So one old lady stood up and said, there should be some medical facility nearby. Right? So one couple who have got a lot of children, they said, school should be nearby. Some housewife said, at least market should be nearby. The husbands, many of them, or working people said, Prabhuji, railway station, bus station, कुछ तो taxi stand कम से कम पास होना चाहिए. One boy raised his hand. Wi-Fi connection होना चाहिए प्रभुजी. बोला कि दौड़ मस्जिद तक. Everyone is thinking about their own convenience. So think about it. What are the things we consider while place of residence? The residents of Jambu Dvipa are saying, Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga Na Sadhavo Bhagavatastadashraya Nayatra Yaggesha Makha Mahotsava Surendra Lokopi Navaisa Sevyatam. My dear Lord, even if there is a vacancy, 3-bedroom attached bathroom, in Nandan 1, Nandan Kanan in heavenly planets, Indra's abode, we don't want it. If these 3 things are not there, what is that? Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudha Apaga. Apaga means rivers. Sudha means nectar. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudha Apaga. Where constantly the river, the nectarian river of the name, the form, the qualities, the pastimes of the Lord is not flowing. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudha Apaga, and wherever such wonderful rivers are there, naturally, na sadhavo bhagavatas tadashraya. We read about Indus Valley civilization. Wherever the river flowed, the civilization existed. Evolved civilizations existed only on river banks. Because the farther you away, like a desert place you go, purity is not there, cleanliness is not there. So people like to live where water is there, water body, and constantly flowing water body is the best. Sri Krishna Udkirtana Gana Nartana Kala Pathojani Bhrajita Sadbhakta Valihamsa Chakra Madhupa Shreni Viharaspadaam Karna Anandi Kaladhvanir Vahatume Jihva Maru Prangane Marubhumi Sri Chaitanya Dayanidhe Tavalasad Leela Sudha Swardhuni. Wherever the constant flow of the river of the name, the form, the qualities, the pastimes of the Lord are being sung, they are like rivers. And those rivers are further beautified when those songs are sung with beautiful musical instruments. So it's like a river with lotus flowers. And where there is a beautiful nectarine, crystal clear, pure flow of water with lotuses, naturally, the bees, the Chakravaka birds, such pious birds hang around that place. Only bees are there. So naturally, devotees would like to reside in a place where this kind of katha is going on. So, Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudhapaga, where the river doesn't flow, Na Bhagavata Statra Yadashraya. And if surrounding that river, there are so many beautiful, the bees, bee-like, who always look for nectar, that kind of devotees are not residing. Nayatra na sadhavo bhagavata stadashraya nayatra yagyesha makha mahotsava. Yagya Isha, that is Lord Vishnu. Yagyesha Makha, where his glories, Sankirtan or festivals are not constantly happening. Mahotsava. Utsava. His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj telling, Utsava. Ut means which elevates us. A party or a celebration which elevates our consciousness is called Utsava. Vaikuntha Mahotsava, Yagyesha Makha. And in this age, the best is the Sankirtan, chanting of the holy name. Yagyesha Makha Mahotsava. So, how merciful are the acharyas that it doesn't matter where you are and which part of the world you are. They have brought Ganges to that place. They have brought Vrindavan to that place. By their mercy, as one Prabhupada disciple said, Srila Prabhupada left Vrindavan at the age of 70 to bring Vrindavan to every town and village. Actually, this place is not different from Vrindavan. This place is not different from Jagannath Puri. This place is not different from Vaikuntha. But then, simply as Prabhupada said, you can't go to Vrindavan by simply purchasing a ticket. Vishaya chhadiya kabe shuddha abhiman tabe hama heribo Sri Vrindavan. If our eyes are still tinged with this consciousness, material consciousness, even if you come to such place, we will not be able to take full advantage or even appreciate, what to speak of perfecting are taking full advantage of that thing. And so therefore Srila Prabhupada also gave us the process by which we can purify our heart. Cheto darpanam arjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So, such an amazing benediction. But we need to, just like temples are like laboratories. Because this is science. Jnanam vijnana sahitam yajgyatva mokshase ashubhat. There are two things happening here. Theory and practical. Jnanam is theory and vijnanam is practical. So in a very science subject, there is a theory class and there is a laboratory where you put that to practice. So Srila Prabhupada gave us his books. This is the theory part. What to do, how to do. And he established temples. He gave us a sutra. What does it mean to be a temple? Where these things are actually put to practice. And by coming to such a place, by seeing the experiment in the lab, your conviction in the theory increases. It becomes realization. No more knowledge. And if you see, Rupa Goswami gives in Nectar of Devotion 64 items of devotion service. Navada Bhakti, basically it is Navada, 9 process. By body, by mind, by words, Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. 64 items. And we were discussing one time in one class, more than 50 to 55 items of that are happening every morning in the morning program in a temple. 50 to 55 items in the 64 items. Just by the whole process. Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunam Saddharma Samstapakam. They have established such a nice process. You just align yourself with the process. The process will purify you. He also started what is called a Sunday Love Feast. If you're not able to come every day because of distance, because of the kind of schedule that lifestyle issues we have as Grihasthas, many. So at least a weekly kind of a get-together, which charged up, and rest of the day we can do it at our homes. And to create such an atmosphere, the energy here, spiritual energies are charged. So, very grateful to all the devotees here, Anukuli Prabhu, years and years of dedicated service, wanting to create and maintain such an atmosphere by Prabhupada's mercy, and especially his followers who are also traveling all over and sharing this with their personal example and their instructions. So, it's such a benediction. We are already fortunate, but we need to make ourselves fortunate and realize that good fortune by taking advantage. So yes, and then it really doesn't matter. You can be wherever we are, sthane sthita. We could be in a city, we could be in a household situation, but still, especially where there is a wonderful community of devotees, they act like such a protective shelter for sustaining and progressing in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So, should we take a question? Yeah. So Prabhu's question is, you said that for material happiness the currency is money. What is the currency for spiritual happiness? Adau Shraddha. Shraddha mulye shuddha naam ei hatite bikaye. That's the currency. Everything is there, but you purchase it, you need to have Shraddha. That's what Lord Nityananda has opened his market. And the amazing part is, he is giving, oh Krishna, he is ready to give us the currency also. You have to collect it. He is giving the currency, he is giving the product. Can you imagine? A shop which is selling diamonds and is telling, come, पैसा नहीं है, पैसा हम लोग देंगे ना, नहीं पर वो थैली नहीं, थैली भी हम लोग देंगे यार, तू आ तो सही. पात्र अपात्र ना देखे स्थाना स्थान, जे जहां पाए तहां करे प्रेम दा, तू आ तो सही, नाक पकड़ के मुंह खोलेगा तो ठूस देंगे हम. That's Lord Chaitanya. That is Jagannath. He also goes out, he also comes. The doctor is so eager than the patient. In this pandemic, this is a special pandemic of Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for a very nourishing class. Prabhuji, you mentioned that we are always absorbed, busy, and materially intelligent person. So, how to develop that absorption in Krishna?
By associating with those who are absorbed. Macchitta madgata prana bodhayantah parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That's why this facility has been created by our acharyas. Wherever we are, it's like a big businessman wants to expand his business. He opens so many centers, extension centers, Nama Hut. So the idea is that we should try Sakale Samman Karite Shakati Dehonatho Yatha Yatha. So there are three ways of associating. So when you are associating with those who are newer relatively, then we share our good fortune with them. If they are equals, we share in a more, like befriend. And whenever there is an opportunity to associate with those who are advanced than us, then as the Rupa Goswami says, Krishneti yasya giri to manasa adriyeta. Dikshasti chet pranatibhischa bhajantamesham. Shushrushaya bhajana vignam ananya nindadi shunya hridamipsita sangalabhya. Sangalabhya, one should aspire for the opportunity to associate with those people who are, two things, bhajana vignam, who are expert in their bhajan. Number one, that means absorbed. They are very expert, they are 24 hours absorbed. And anya nindadi shunya, who have no inclination to criticize. Even when Shukadeva Goswami spoke about this, he was not speaking with disgust, he was speaking with compassion. Sometimes we speak, when we speak, out there as if, halo around the head, this holier than thou attitude. That is why our preaching of speaking harsh words cannot be effective. It will only put off people more. Because it will come out of arrogance. It will not come out of compassion. When Prabhupada said, you fools and rascals, he said it with compassion. Like Vidura speaking to Dhritarashtra. It had effect. But our speaking will be out of arrogance. Because we are still attached. We feel envious. Yeah, you are enjoying, huh? मतलब इनडायरेक्टली हमको नहीं मिल रहा यार, ना घर का ना घाट का, इतना घिस रहा हूँ कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है और तुम लोग भोग कर रहे हो. You are fools and rascals. And unfortunately Paramatma is in their heart. They can sense it. The underlying mood from which these words are coming. They laugh and say, आजा हमारे साथ. Come along. So we just need to associate with those and trying to follow in their footsteps. One last question, because 3 is a very auspicious number. And more than that, I'll get Muchukunda looks.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for a very wonderful class. When you brought out this particular question, that internally we are convinced many times when we hear these statements of Prabhupada, but externally we don't act on it. So what I understood was you got 3 points. One is that we accept Acharya's teachings very properly, then we hanker for the highest, we keep that goal, but same time, don't be market vairagi, rather have a sustainable growth. Apart from this, anything which you mentioned is a mistake to organize in this.
Thank you for giving 3 points that I never realized I spoke.
Because I was trying to find out a precise answer for this question so that I can follow it.
Thank you so much for giving purport to my talk and helping me understand the depth and gravity of what Krishna made me speak. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You know. I call it ABCD to conclude with Gita course. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhyet yasmat brahma saukhyam tvanantam. So Rishabdev told his sons, human life is meant for tapasya. They are also doing tapasya. The devotees are also doing tapasya. The others are also doing tapasya. But what is the difference? Tapo divyam putraka. Do divine tapasya. Aradhito yadi hari tapasa tataki. Naradhito yadi hari tapasa. Real tapasya is to worship the Lord. Because other tapasya only increases your false ego. Real tapasya means to Tranadapi suni chena tarori amanina amanadena kirtaniya sada. Remove the ego. Be grateful. So, that purification happens at 4 levels. Removing the covering. Sensual, mental, intellectual and ego. 4 levels of covering of the soul. So the ego has 2 diseases. To make itself the center of the whole universe. And to take credit for not only what he has done, but what he has not done also. If somebody successfully says, I gave him the original suggestion. The seed was sown, Bhakti Lata Bij was sown by me for that idea. In the association of devotees, A stands for association of devotees. In the association of devotees, we are reminded to give credit to Krishna every moment. And we are reminded to keep Krishna in the center of our lives, center of our family, center of our existence. Therefore, association purifies the false ego. Next to the false ego is the intelligence. And B means books of transcendental knowledge. Intelligence has 2 diseases. To doubt everything and lack determination. So scriptural study gives discrimination and determination. Nashto moha smritir labdva tat prasadatma stitosmi gata sandeha. Now there is no doubt. Vidyate hridaya granthi chidyante sarva samshaya. And In the scriptures we read the lives of devotees who give tremendous example of how to remain steady under various challenges, distractions, temptations, obstacles, difficulties. Khanda khanda hoy deha jai jadi pran tabu ame badane na chhade harina. Haridas Thakur being beaten in 20 marketplace and shouting. Below intelligence is mind. And C stands for chanting the holy name. Mind has two diseases. Doesn't stay where it should and goes where it shouldn't. And so therefore, manah trayate iti mantra. Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyaitad atmanaiva vashamnai. Pull the mind from wherever and focus it on where it should. Bhaja hure mana Shri Nandananda. Man mana bhavamad bhakto. The process, easy process of chanting. And below the mind are the senses. Body means the senses. So, the senses want to gratify. And therefore, senses must be utilized. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. Savai Manah Krishna Padar Vachamsi Vaikunta Vida Karau Harar Mandiram Arjanadish Mukunda Lingalaya Darshani Disha. Utilize the senses in the service of the master of the senses, Rishikesh. That's this whole facility provided. So by focusing on purification of these 4 levels, by associating, by scrutinizing study of scriptures, by chanting the holy name, and by anything that goes in should be prasad, anything that comes out should be in relationship to Krishna. The words. तार मध्य जीवाति लोभमय सुदुर्मति ताकि जेता कठिन संसार. This is the rudder that takes the whole ship either to Golok, urdhvam gachanti, or adho gachanti. So yeah, the rudder should be right direction. Then the whole ship will follow. All our senses. This is the master. He is the king of all senses. Even though the size is only 2.5 inches and 50 grams of flesh. But it controls 82 kilos. I don't know, whichever number, whatever your weight is. So it's so important. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthar Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.